Hey friends, happy Tuesday evening. It is Melissa from Junk and Craft Treasures on my page and the Decoupage Central page cross-posted tonight. Hope everybody is having a fantastic Tuesday. As you're coming on, let us know that you're here. You're probably seeing this on the replay, so hashtag replay. Let us know that you watched. Let us know if we inspired you for a project of your own, guys. So I hope everybody had a fantastic day today. We are going to be working tonight with this truck transfer or truck rice paper right here. And then we're also going to be working with some molds that are not in stock, but we're going to put these around the edge of our wood tray. And then we are going to go over some basics of what we'll do to resin this tray. So I am going to make sure I am in all of the places that I need to be, guys, and we are going to get started. Hey Luann, hey Marcy, how are you today? Good to see y'all. So I hope everybody had a good day. Day after Labor Day, hard to get back into the swing of things, but we will make it work, guys. Hey Beverly, hey Terry, hey Deb, good to see y'all. And as always, guys, comment on the live, interact, all those good things, and I will pick somebody at the end of the live to get a gift certificate to Decoupage Central. So let me just get over here so I can see comments on both pages, and then I'm going to show y'all a couple things and then we will get started. Hey Nikki, yes, every Tuesday night on the Decoupage Central page at 8 o'clock, my friends. All right, I am gonna pull you back just a little bit so y'all can kind of see. Like I said, we are gonna be working with this truck transfer. Oh, you are good, Tori, you are good. I keep saying transfer, guys. It is rice paper. This truck rice paper. And I've got this tray that I got at Michael's when it was 40% off or 50% off, I can't remember. And I think it was like $4 or $5. So we are going to be making this over tonight. Hey Jenny, hey Marianne, how are you? So yes, it was good. It was good, Nikki. We'll talk about that when we're not on this page, but everything is good, my friend. So good. All right, guys, so I am gonna start by doing some molds because I am obviously making a longer mold out of some IOD molds, and I need to get started on that. I've done the one side, so we'll attach this on here, but I need to go ahead and get started on the other side, and I'm gonna go through that process with y'all from start to finish on the molds and our rice paper tonight. And guys, I am actually going to use, hey Eva, I have been saying that I was going to use the iron method to show y'all forever, and I haven't, so we're going to do that tonight too. So I've got everything out, everything ready, and I'm going to show y'all some of the tags too in a little bit. So as you're hopping on, let us know you're here. I got to figure out where I put my molds. That's the only thing I don't know where it's at because I did that earlier. Hey Michelle, good to see you. If you don't mind sprinkling out the love and all of that good stuff. So as you can see, this mold right here is smaller than what we want, so we're going to piece together our molds. And so I'm going to show you kind of how to do that. You can use clay, you can use resin, whatever works for you, but I am going to use fast casting resin tonight. So y'all see me do this before. It's called Amazing Casting Resin, and we're going to use A and B. So we have two different, what do you call it? Mixing agents, I guess, guys. So let's do a ½ ounce of each one. And I just know this because I've already mixed it up earlier tonight. So we're going to do just a little bit more than ½ ounce in each one. Thank you, Beverly. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, guys. So how was everybody's Labor Day? Did y'all get to rest? I'm going to put a little bit more in there. Did y'all get to rest on Labor Day? Hey, Lynn, how are you, my friend? I did. I did very little yesterday. Very, very little. So we're going to mix our A and our B. And it's going to turn a little bit yellow when you start. And then I'm going to take a stirring stick and I'm going to stir for 30 seconds. Hey Judy, how are you, my friend? So I guess I need to look at the clock for 30 seconds, right? Hey Shelly, watching from Michigan, good to see you. And guys, if you're just hopping on, make sure to comment. Let us know you're here. If we don't know if you're not commenting, we don't know you're here. And I'm going to pick somebody at the end of the live, guys, for a gift certificate. So, hey, June, how are you? Hey, Dewey. You've been off since Thursday? Oh, my goodness. Caught up on wash and finished putting hangers and bows up. Bows on crafts. Bows up. That's funny. I read that wrong, y'all. I am so bad about that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to pour this in my mold. Y'all, it is as simple as that using the casting resin. I always recommend getting it on sale because they always run sales on it. Okay, so we're going to let that sit for about 10 minutes and we're going to get started on the rest of our project. We used all of the 1/2 ounce and 1/2 ounce in this one. And guys, we are going to talk about, hey Stephanie, we are going to talk about a finishing clear resin at the end of this live. So we're going to go from bare basic all the way through to make a really pretty nice project. Hey Sharon, hey Christine. So I'm going to stick this to the side until we need it. I am going to move this over and this back. Hopefully nothing crashes. I don't think there's anything behind there, but I needed a little more space. Hey Kay, hey Kathy, how are you, my friend? All right, so we've got our resin going. We've got our tray. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our rice pen. Where's a rice pen, guys? We're gonna take our water pen on our rice paper. It's gonna be one of those nights with my words, guys. I guarantee you I can see that coming. Okay, so I am going to paint this entire project white on the inside and on the outside, and I'm going to use some dark wax at the end to go in those molds. So I'm just going to get my paper about how I want it in here, and then I'm going to take my water pen and just go along those edges of where I want it, because this is just a little bit, just a tad bit bigger than we want it. Not much, but just a tad. So I'm going to take a little bit off the top. What causes the resin to remain sticky on the back even after 30 days of sitting? It was not, are you talking about the casting resin or the regular clear resin, June? Hey, Tammy. If it is your, I can put this over here, y'all, so y'all can see what I'm doing. If it is your casting resin, it was not mixed properly. I can tell you that for sure. Oh, do not be scared. Do not be scared, Jenny. Especially with the casting resin, like we just used. It is very, very easy. Well, I just put my rice paper on it. No, it is good. It's going to be good. It's just not dry all the way yet. Yeah, no, it's good. I did lay my rice paper on there though, but it'll be fine because that's what we're taking off. So I gotta move that over just a little bit. If you're talking about like right in here, there is resin in there. It's just, hey, Evelyn. So yes, if it is sticky to the touch, it was not mixed properly. Yeah, and we're actually going to be using 2 different ones. So if I did miss a little bit of it, it's not going to be that big of a deal. I am going to move this fan because it's causing me a little bit of grief there. Hey, Diane. What's the difference? This is a white casting resin that I'm using right now. So it is always going to turn white, and it sets within 10 minutes. Now and you know what? You may be right. I can see what you're talking about. I think that's where I set my paper too. But I'll show you how you can fix that, guys. I will show you how to fix that. And then your clear resin is your hardening resin that will be clear. So I'm just fraying with my water pen. I do too, Stephanie. I do too. I always, when I do projects like this, which I wasn't intending to make such a mess, let me get this off of here. I always try to put something down like this so it's hard, and that way if I get stuff on the table, it's not that big of a deal. Because it's contact paper and it just comes right off, put another piece on. Okay, yeah, because that takes a lot of resin, and I honestly have not done that one, June, but let me make sure I've got, that's good on the top, but that is normally what the problem is. Oh, I just lost my page, guys, hang on. Hey, Deborah, hey, Mary, hey, Marilyn. Sorry, guys. I hit a button and it went. Don't be discouraged on it. I know someone else who had a similar issue, and she did it the second time and it worked perfectly. So do not give up. Hey, June. Got 2 Junes on here, and Jen. All right, guys, if you accidentally get too much water when you're doing your water pen, you can always go on the back and dry it. I'm just gonna take right along my edges. I like the frayed look. If you don't like the frayed look, you can absolutely take your scissors and use your scissors to cut it. Hey, Cindy. Thank you for sprinkling, Mary. And then we'll just come and finish over here. And I had to get that resin off the table that I stuck my paper in because I didn't want to accidentally have it stick when I was doing this part. From Decoupage Central. From Decoupage Central. Got some great rice papers. I want to show you the tags and some differences on printing on that in just a second. So we're gonna get this completely how we want it, and then I will show you. So that will be perfect right there. And then I just put right here. Hey, Laura, how are you? Okay, let's go down this side. I do too, Cindy. I really like this truck. I just take off a little bit of that right there. Okay. I got mine off of Amazon. You can use a paintbrush with water as well. Make sure I've got. And you can mark the back of this and measure it so you don't have to keep putting it in and out like I am. But I tend to just kind of go as I go, guys. Yes, this is the larger size. So you have your A3s and your A4s. This is the larger. Hey Dee, hey Lisa, how are y'all? We are just getting our rice paper ready to lay it on our surface. And I'm going to show you a different method than what I normally do, which there's nothing wrong with either method. It's just for some people that are a little uneasy about using the larger papers. Make sure I got enough off because I don't think I did. It's going to be really close. Hey Joyce Ann, how are you, my friend? But yeah, it is always best to look up the size so you know exactly what you're getting. And like I said, I love that she's got some bigger sizes now, because a lot of y'all know I do a lot of signs and things like that, so this works perfectly for things like that. Okay, I think that's gonna work. All right, guys. I know I'm going back and forth here, but perfect. All right, so that is gonna fit in the center of our tray very nicely. And like I said, we're gonna do our, let's see, it might trim just a little bit off right here. Just a little bit. Oh, how fun, Dee. How fun. It is. It is called Autumn. It's an autumn truck. And I can give you the link afterwards. When I do my lives, the link does not work well on my cross posting. But, all right. Okay. So what we're gonna do real quick, we're kind of doing two things at one time, guys. So I'm multitasking under here. But we're gonna go ahead and pop this out. And somebody had said about it being uneven in the back. It is a little bit, but we're not gonna notice when it's on there because that is our back side. So it's gonna be just fine for our project. So we've got one side. We're gonna go ahead and mix up one more because I need to attach them together. So if you're just popping on, you get to see the other part. Hey Teresa, how are you, my friend? Hello, honey. Okay, so we're gonna do half a cup of A and half a cup of B again. Got a hair in my resin. So we are gonna get that out. And if you like to use clay, clay's gonna give you a little more of the weathered look. And you'll have to wait just a little bit to pop that out. Kind of about the same amount of time. All right, so we put A and B in there. I'm gonna move this over here. Actually, guys, I'm gonna move this behind me because I'm gonna turn on my iron and I do not want that to be near heat. So we're gonna put this on here. Yes, absolutely, Tammy. I will be more than happy to share it with you. Someone has really good eyes. What was that? I missed that. Yeah, it's that easy. This is the casting resin, and like I said, this is that easy to do. So you're gonna do 30 seconds. Oh, you did. Awesome, Brenda. Okay. And then I almost poured it in the wrong one. I'm gonna turn it away from me this time, guys, so I don't have as much of a disaster with my paper like I did in the beginning. I mean, it all worked out just fine, but oh, I know what you're talking about now, Deb. I'm a little slow sometimes, but I got it. Okay, so that's it. We're gonna pour it in there. I know, Deb, she saw it all the way from over there. So I'm gonna throw these two away. I'm gonna move that one right there. I'm just gonna scoot this back. And then we're gonna grab our tray and get started. So I am, because I did the feathered look, I am gonna put some paint down. Because like I said, we're gonna do this entire thing white. Now, this is kind of light enough, guys, that we really don't necessarily have to paint it if we don't want to before we lay our paper down, because it's a very blonde color. But I am just gonna make sure I get those edges where our paper will show. And then I'm gonna do these sides right here really well on the inside. And we are gonna try not to get paint on us tonight. Can't guarantee it though. Cannot guarantee it. Hey Lisa, how are you? And like I said, guys, I got this tray at Michael's. It was on sale. I want to say it was $4 or $5. So we're kind of just doing a pretty upcycle with it. Hey Shayna, how are you? You've been busy too, my friend. I've seen you on a couple lives recently. No, it wasn't lives. It was kids going to college. I think that was what I saw. And y'all, they do, and Michael's has 40% off right now for Labor Day sale. And I did look today and it is still on. I am not going to guarantee how much longer that's going to be on sale. I am not affiliated with them, but it is 40% off right now and free shipping at $45 or $49, I'm not sure. Okay, y'all know I don't ever really care about my base coat because I'm always going to do a second coat of white. So I am not concerned about how crazy it looks. And I'm kind of showing you this, so if you have any fears about painting or things like that, you know, it does not have to be perfect. Is it just for today, Brenda? I've got to get some stuff for our mystery boxes too. So if it is for today, I know I will be up a little bit longer tonight. And all of this is going to be covered up because we're going to put our rice paper down. It's just going to help us really get a good pop for that background. If I've got any brush bristles, which I do, I will get those out in just a second, guys. Okay, just through today. All right. Yay! How exciting, Cheryl. All right, guys, so I'm going to come back through real quick. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm going to do these sides. I'm gonna give that a quick dry, and then I'm gonna do my second coat. And then we'll get our rice paper down, paint the outside, put our molds on, and we'll be done. So it is through today, guys. So just keep that in mind, and it is online. It is not in store. Because I know I went to the store and it was only 30%. So, all right, let's do our second coat real quick. So we're just doing the inside right now. Hey, Charlotte. So I am gonna grab, because my second coat matters more than my first coat, I'm gonna grab a plate. And I'm going to put my paint on the plate. And I apologize again, guys, that y'all cannot see some of this. And I may switch my brushes too, because I am just, chip brushes sometimes are not my friends. So I'm going to switch brushes real quick. Get a more even, pretty coat. Oh, thank you for the stars. I don't know, I missed that. I was watching some suspicious activity, guys. Could y'all tell? I got really quiet. Okay. I get nervous sometimes now when I see things like that. And I don't know what that was, but it's all good, y'all. Let me just get in these corners. I could have probably painted the inside before we came live, but you'll see the whole process start to finish. Oh, thank you, Maggie. Come on, there we go. So did anybody have today off, or did everybody go back to work today? I had to work. I worked till 2 today. All right, so I am happy with that. I'm gonna get these brush bristles out of the middle. I'm gonna move, where do I wanna put this? Just move it right here. It was. I don't know if they still have it or not. Okay, I'm not worried about the sides, just wanted to make sure I had the center. And then let me find my little scraper here. You went back today, Erin. I know it was a long day, but it was a short day in a way, but I got a lot done this morning. So I've got a little couple bristles, brush bristles on here. If you were just painting and not putting down our rice paper, this would be how you would get them off, but I'm still gonna get them off. And then I'm just gonna tap it and blow those pieces out. Got one stuck right there. Okay. All right, guys, so we got all those out. Got one more right here. Okay, so we are gonna use the iron method for this. So let's do this first. Let's take out our other piece of our resin if it's ready. So it just pops out, guys. So it's that easy. Like I said, it is that easy. I'm gonna put that there, move that right there. I'm gonna grab my iron. Oh, I hate that for you, Karen. All right, guys, this is like a little mini steam fast iron. I almost said stem. I saw infusions and I was thinking stem cell. We are, I know some of them were discontinued. I don't know if you can still get irons like this, but just a mini craft iron will work. And we're gonna set that right there so I remember that it's there. Now, before we start the rest of the project, guys, I wanna show y'all a couple things real quick. Real quick. While that's all doing its stuff. So, I know some of y'all are aware, some aren't, that there is a tag bundle, and I kind of wanted to show y'all what the tags looked like and what you could do if you print them. So this is on paper. It's like a, I don't know if y'all can see it on here. It's got a little bit of a design to it. So I printed it on kind of the vintage paper, and then I also printed it on cardstock, so you could kind of see the difference of these tags. Oh, thank you, Marianne. So I wanted to show you, they come in a set. I can't remember how many tags are in each set, but there are different designs. And these are on the Decoupage Central page, guys. But this one again is on cardstock and then the vintage. So you have different options of what you can print on. So this is a cardstock paper. This is just regular paper. So I wanted to show y'all that for the difference of that for your digital printouts that you get. And then I also wanted to show y'all So this is a digital printout, and I wanted to show you that you can change the size of your printouts. 42, yes, thank you, Marilyn. So just besides the fact that, yes, 42 for $10. So besides the fact that you can print them big, you can also shrink them down to fit whatever size you like, okay? So this is the same design, just printed two different ways. This one right here, if you go to your computer and hit fit to screen, is it fit to screen or fit to paper? I can't remember which it is. It'll fit it on your paper for you. So if you're having a problem with your printing, guys, that's what you want to hit over there on your printer settings. And then here it is on rice paper. So we have it on our regular paper. These are our printables, guys. And then we have rice paper, and then we have cardstock. So see the difference there? So there's a lot of different ways that you can print your printables. Yes, you can, Luann. Just go into your printer settings. You can do 5x7s, 4x7s, shrink to fit, all of those good things. And it all will be in your printer settings, guys. So when you save it to your desktop and you go to print, that's where we're going to choose how we want it to fit our paper or all of that good stuff. Yes. Okay, so now we're just going to use some Mod Podge, guys. Got one more brush bristle. And I am going to use one of these brushes because I don't want brush bristles. I will look for you, Nikki. I will look. Okay, so I'm going to put a good amount in the center. Oh, I hate that for you, Maggie. And we are just going to brush on our Mod Podge. Okay, this is a pretty good surface size, so we are going to need a pretty good amount. Now, if we were doing our paper on this size, this is why I'm showing y'all this method. That way, if you are nervous about not getting all of your paper to adhere or something like that, this is the method you probably want to do. If you have access to a regular iron, and use a low setting, and make sure you use parchment paper, guys. That is the key, parchment paper. So I am just getting this applied all the way around. And I got one little brush bristle right here in the corner that I want to get out because I do not want to iron that in. You are welcome, Dee. I am here to help. So if you ever have any questions, please feel free to ask. And if you ever get anything from Decoupage Central, if you go through my link, I do get a small commission from that. So that's why y'all always see me posting my link to everything. Okay, so I think I got one more little section. Guys, I did nothing yesterday, and my arm is telling me I did nothing yesterday because it is already sore. Okay, from doing my paintbrush. So I'm just gonna make sure I've got everything, and then we're gonna dry that, guys. So we haven't applied any of our paper or anything. We just applied our Mod Podge, simple as that. Then we're gonna let it dry. I have an Epson. It is Autumn Truck, is the paper. But I have an Epson, I can't remember, it's an inkjet. I got it on sale, and it has been amazing. I've had a little issue every now and then when I replace my ink, but I think I got it figured out now what I was doing wrong. I am just using matte Mod Podge. Matte Mod Podge. Oh, thank you, Jen. And Stephanie, I can put a link in after the live too. I just can't do it when I cross post. All right, guys. So that is pretty much dry. One section right here. It is inkjet, Maggie. So if you want to let this dry naturally, let it dry naturally, walk away from it, come back, it will be dry. Okay, a little tacky right there. Because as you know, on our lives, we always speed everything up. I remember when I first started, guys, I would do batches of things, and I literally would paint everything white, let it sit overnight, and then come back the next day and do the rest. And I look back now and I'm like, oh my gosh, how did I do my work that way? Okay, so we've got this dry. See, dry to the touch. I'm gonna put my rice paper in here. Lay it down where I want, or where I think I want it. I think I want to put it a little bit diagonal there. Okay, and then I use these Reynolds cookie baking sheets for my parchment paper because they come in little squares like this, or they're folded, and then they're already cut for you. And look at that, guys, almost fits perfectly for projects like this. So let me put my lid on here. So I've got my paper where I want my paper. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay this paper down. Doesn't have to be straight, it's gonna be fine. We're gonna take our iron. Oh, hey, Yvonne. And we are just gonna iron our rice paper down to our Mod Podge. It's gonna reactivate it. I'm not worried if this gets crinkled and wrinkled. Doesn't matter, because it is our barrier sheet between our rice paper. Notice I am moving my paper around, or my iron. I'm not staying in one spot. Make sure I've got right up to the edge. Gotta make sure we get those edges, guys. I have a little bit of the edge I'm gonna take off. And then I'm just gonna go over it one more time and make sure I have all my edges. Edges are always what gets me. So we can remove that piece of paper. Hang on, I got one spot right here on this edge. Okay. So we have our paper adhered to our surface, no wrinkles, all good, and it's on there. Okay, so that's all. That is all. Pretty simple, right, guys? You can reuse the parchment sheets, absolutely. So I threw my down there, but yeah, you can absolutely use it again. We're gonna let that cool off. I'm gonna unplug my iron because I don't need it anymore. I will tell y'all, I'll give y'all this tip too. If you apply your Mod Podge at the end, make sure that's off, and I'm gonna move it over here, and I'm gonna move this back over here, because I don't want to burn myself, guys. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, because we haven't done anything to it besides put that iron on it, so we're good. And I'm gonna move this over here, because I am not gonna burn myself today, guys. Not gonna happen. All right, so we are perfect with that. Looks great. Okay, so let's do our outside. I'm gonna grab these because these obviously were 2 pieces of resin right here. The inkjet can, but if you spray it before you do it, you'll be good. So that is a tip with your inkjet, is to spray it before you apply it, before you take your water pen. All right, guys, so IOD comes with an area where you can put them together. So I'm gonna do this real quick with some Stick Fast. And I'm gonna try not to glue my fingers together. I'm gonna hold it for just a second. I am actually going to use clear resin. So I am gonna let this dry, and then once we get the sides on, I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna put my clear resin over the top of it. And then hopefully, not tomorrow, but the next day, I will have a finished project to show y'all. Because I'm gonna let everything dry really well, and then I will come back and put that resin in there because I want everything dry. Okay, so we've got our long piece, guys. Now, this is a little bit longer than what I need. So I'm gonna move this over so y'all can see what I'm doing real quick. And then we'll paint the outside and all of that at the same time. So what I'm gonna do, I've already measured what I want, and this is hard. Oh, you glue them together all the time. I try not to. So I've kind of got where I want to cut these. So all you're gonna do is heat it back up, and then you can cut it. So I'm just gonna heat this side. Actually, bring it down just a little bit. Oh, I love it. I use Rust-Oleum 2 times, or I use matte Mod Podge. So either one will work, guys. All right, so we cut that off. I'm gonna stick that to the side. Then we're gonna do the same thing on this edge. Hey Lisa, how are you? So all I'm doing is just warming back up that resin. And then I'm gonna cut it. I think I just wanted it like right here. I am so weird about my knives, guys. Where did I cut it? There it is. I always hit the thing and it goes out. Okay, so we just cut that off, so we're good. I was gonna ask you how your shoulder surgery went. I know Luann just went through that, and I know you were doing that today. So we've got both of our pieces lined up so they match, and then I am going to attach them on the sides of my board, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to bring it down here so y'all can kind of see. I'm going to put it in the middle. Now I did leave a little bit right where these tails are at because I didn't want one side to have the round and the other side to have that cutoff edge. So I made them to where they would match, guys. So that is why I did it that way. Now I'm wondering if I want to use this or if I want to use, oh, I've got it stick out, so I'm good. So I'm going to use some Stick Fast. And then I am going to spread it. And this is where I could possibly glue my fingers together. And we're going to try real hard not to do that, guys. I'm going to stand that up so I don't get that on everything. pretty good with that. So I'm gonna hold this down for just a second. It sticks pretty fast. Not fast enough, apparently, right there. I'm just eyeballing it, guys. So we've got it on one side of our tray. Can y'all see that? So I'm just gonna make sure it's down. All right, now let's do the other side real quick. Do the same thing. And you can use wood glue, you can use E6000. I just need it to hold pretty fast for this project. And I just wanted to give it a cool touch. I'm gonna throw that in my trash can. And then we'll flip. I'm trying really hard not to get it on my hands, guys, and I think I succeeded. I did not. So that is gonna probably be a first for me. It's kind of moving just a little bit, so I wanna make sure. Oh, lift chairs are amazing. If you haven't had surgery and haven't had a lift chair, you don't know what I'm talking about, but if you've had surgery, they are amazing. Okay. So we've got it on this side as well, guys. We got none on our fingers. I am so excited about that. All right, let's paint the rest of our project. This is where I'm gonna try not to get paint on me or anything else. This will be the fun part because I want y'all to see what I'm doing too, so. I think y'all can see from up there. All right, guys. And I am going to go ahead and I am painting over my resin just because I want it to have more of a flat look than the shiny. And we're going to do 2 coats. We're going to get in all the grooves. I'm probably going to need my glasses for this. Right? I'm telling you, we're going to have fun. Where am I at on time? Okay, good. It's kind of a big project tonight, even though it's super easy. And we've already painted the inside, so we don't have to do anything with the inside. Worry about paint getting on the inside. That's why we did it first. Are we taking bets of how much paint I get on me, guys? Are we gonna take bets tonight? Because so far for this project, I have not got that much on me. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty muggy. All right. And so I waited to paint all of my sides to the end, guys, because I knew that I was gonna have the mold that I wanna do the detail and stuff with and paint over that. So instead of doing it separately, I figured let's just glue it all down and paint over it. Right, I hear you. I hear you, Marianne. I always do. Always do. And I'm going to show y'all what I'm going to use to put over this on the inside and how to mix it. So stay with me to the end, guys. Well, I know y'all want to anyway because we'll be giving away a gift certificate, but you know, I think I am. I always say I am, and then I end up either selling them or using them for a little while and then selling them. So I know that sounds weird, but so that's why I try to do my things. I don't want to say perfect because they're far from perfect, but where if I wanted to sell it, I could. Because I can't keep everything, unfortunately. I would love to, but we can go back and paint the bottom of it if we want to. So it all matches, but I'm not really worried about that right now. Okay, guys, so let's give that a quick dry and see how much touch-up we need. And then we'll put our wax on and we'll be done. Oh, right, Lisa, I get it. So far, we don't have any paint all over us, guys. That might be the... That's actually really pretty, y'all, without any of the wax on it. I'm really loving that. Oop, I just moved, y'all. Sorry. I will not, Debbie, and the reason I won't is because I took Amanda's class a long time ago from Metal Modern Design, and she teaches start to finish, and I just would not feel right because I did take that class from her, if that makes sense. But I will show you exactly what it looks like. So for real of what it looks like, yes. How I did it, no. Right, I hear you, Kay. Okay, so let's just get a little bit down here because we're definitely going to do this part on the live today. I'm going to make sure that is covered well. Hey Pat, how are you? So I'm just giving this part a second coat of white paint around those edges. Y'all, this is so pretty. Okay, can y'all see how pretty that is? Just with that white, nothing else, just the white. I am not. The resin is going to be my sealer, and that is why I am going to let it completely dry before I put that resin on. Okay, guys, I am loving this. One brush bristle right there I'm going to pick off. Got a little bit of paint on my finger. That's not too bad for all of that. Didn't get any on my shirt. A little bit right there, but okay. So let's set this to the side. set our resin over there, or stick fast. Y'all, I'm really trying to decide. Okay, let me see. Let me do a test. Let me do a test real quick to see. Let me find it. Okay, I have had my clear wax in the same spot for weeks. If I was clear wax, where would I be? All right, well, I was gonna use dark wax. We'll just use our dark wax and be happy, right? Because I don't see, we can always paint if we need to. All right. I'm gonna do a test. Oh, I'm good, okay. So I'm gonna do it kind of light. Y'all, this is gonna be so pretty. So all I'm using is some dark wax. And I am going to apply it around my design. And if you wanted to use like a hot pink, like the peach color or something like that, you could do that. I'm not getting, sometimes I get carried away with my wax. I'm not going in all the creases and all of that. I'm just doing the very, very tip just to get a little bit of dimension, and I'll show y'all. So I'm just bringing it out a little bit. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see the difference? So this is with a little bit of the wax on it versus no wax. Okay? And like I said, I'm not going too heavy. And then all I'll do is I'll come through and add that's not the brush I normally use. Hang on. Don't know. I may have cleaned that brush. I may not have. Here it is. Get my glasses, y'all. Then I'm just going to come through on my sides and kind of around the top. And just give it a little, y'all know I like my distressed. So y'all could stop at any point, and I'll show you where we're at here in just a second. And this is the front, so that's good. At least we'll get the front done. And you could do this with paint. We get too much on there, always take a wet wipe. Oh, I'm on my live, babe. I was saying I could take a wet wipe if I got too much. Almost done, guys. I know, the anticipation, right? And we could have left it at the stark white. But y'all know me, I like things a little bit weathered. A little bit antique. All right. Okay. So I've just kind of antiqued it up just a little bit on that outside. So I will do the other side as well, just like that. I'll go a little bit slower. So we have our inside, and then we've got our super fun. Isn't that pretty, guys? That is going to be so pretty because I'll go back through, I'll distress the whole top of it, all that good stuff. Now, I did want to tell y'all about the resin real quick, what I use, how I do it, all that good stuff. So you want to make sure that the back doesn't have anything that can leak through. And then I use art resin, okay? So I use equal parts to the resin. Anytime I'm gonna resin anything, I'll take my measurements and then I will do whatever the internet tells me I need to do, how many ounces, all that good stuff. So I use art resin 1-to-1, and then I want to make sure that my piece is level. So I will go through and I will put this like with some little risers or something on here to make sure that my level equals in the middle of my piece before I pour my resin. And then to help spread it, I use one of these little silicone makeup brushes, and that'll help me get in all of the corners and everything down here. And then we'll have that glossy resin finish. Okay, guys? So I will do that probably tomorrow when I get home from work. Because like I said, I want to make sure this is completely dry. Everything's good to go because I don't want it to lift underneath that resin. So I'm gonna make sure everything's dry, nothing comes up, and then I will put this on top of it, guys. So art resin 1-to-1, you'll pour them in different cups and pour your B into your A, and you stir it for 3 minutes. And that is the resin that I think everybody might be a little bit scared of because it is the clear resin and it has to be precise to finish out your projects. All right, guys, that is all I have for tonight. So we've got this cute little tray, and then we have some decorative around part of it, and I'll finish it out. All right, guys, so let me put this down here for just a second. And I am going to draw a name for tonight. Thank you, Joyce Ann. Thank you. I appreciate all of y'all so much. And I will be back on Tuesday night, next Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Let me just get switched over here real quick. Get this pulled up. I can pull my computer where I can actually reach it, right, guys? I don't have to keep bending over the table like that. So if I call your name, send me a PM with your billing email. So, it looks like we have Deborah Morrow. And it's M-A-U-R-O, so I hope I said that correctly. So email me your email, or PM me your email address, guys. Like I told you, tonight was going to be a night that I couldn't talk. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Congratulations, Deborah. And I will see y'all again over here next Tuesday evening, my friends. So y'all have a blessed rest of the week. And I am going to pull this up here so it's out of the way because I have this down. So I have to make sure that I get y'all up here. Thank you, Judy. Awesome, Laura. All right, guys, y'all have a great blessed rest of the week, and I will see y'all soon. Bye, guys.